Bruce Marth, NBC and Forbes Sports Money. A lot of people up here, Mr. H, Jeff Gordon, said it kind of completed the circle of everything you wanted to do in May. Not the same race, but in a lot of ways, it's got to uplift your feelings as to the way you left here in May with some unfinished business. So, how do you put all that into perspective?
Yeah, definitely. I think it adds to the emotion of winning here, and obviously this race means a lot to win, no matter what the circumstances may be. But I think just with getting to compete in the Indy 500, and then having the weather kind of get in the mix and not being able to compete in the 600, and then getting to come here and run the same paint scheme I was supposed to run at the 600, and then ultimately win in the fashion that we did with a lot of things kind of going our way there at the end. So, it was pretty emotional winning for sure, and I think it definitely feels like it completes the circle of the double this year.
Jeff Gordon talked about the creativity you used in getting by people, especially the latter part of the race. So how do you pass at a place where supposedly you can't pass? And how much did your IndyCar experience help with, Jeff referenced the timing of runs and things like that?
Well, I think it was circumstance. I think if the guys in front of me are not worried about fuel, then I don't pass. Because I was stuck back in 20-something earlier in the race and went nowhere. So what worked out in my favor was getting by the 9, and then I made a move on the 45 to get in front of him. So now I'm the highest running car with the best fuel, so I could be on offense while all the top 15 or whatever in front of me, I could tell they were saving, because nobody got stretched out from Brad. Like, everybody's just nose to tail. And when you're that nose to tail, there's just an accordion, like at the end of the straightaway, everybody starts lifting earlier and earlier. So, I could just pop out kind of late, catch them off guard some, and make the move. And it was pretty easy until I got to, the top 6 probably or 7. And I think I'm guessing teams were kind of communicating to their drivers what I was doing. So the pace got just a little bit quicker, and the air was getting cleaner, towards the front for those guys. So it got tougher, and once I got to third, I was kind of stuck at that point. But my only hope then was that they're going to run out of fuel. But then, we had the yellows and the cautions, and ultimately things worked out.
And then after the race, after the win, you said that you love Indiana fans, and you know that they love you. And I'm sure that a big part of that was what happened in May. So can you kind of take us through that journey of how that love affair has kind of grown over the last few months? And was there a moment in May when you sort of realized it, like a practice or a carb day or whatever, that you were like, wow, this is really something real?
Yeah. No, honestly, I feel like even before May, every time I come here, I lived here for a couple years and raced locally, throughout Indiana and the Midwest, and Indiana fans love their dirt track racing. So I've always felt the support here. And then, obviously doing the Indy 500, I feel like it exploded for Indiana fans. I felt like when I was here for the 500, there were so many people wearing my T-shirts and my little, jersey things that they made and all that. So, and I recognized just as much of that, here today. There was more, I feel like 17, McLaren Papaya gear as there was, 5 Hendrick Cars gear. So, that I could tell that there was a lot of fans that were back today from, the weeks of the 500. So, I could tell my cheer during driver intros was really, really loud. And then, even the caution there, when I was in third, I look in the stands and all the fans I felt like, getting jacked up for me. So, just anytime you have good fan support, it makes it special. So, it was cool. I love the Indiana fan base.
Bob Pockers, Fox Sports. You said you hope to announce something soon on the Indy 500 for next year. Is there anything that's, I want to say holding it up, but are there any hurdles, or do you expect that to happen?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've definitely been talking about it, and I think weighing, what's important to, everybody. So it sounds good, I'll say, so far, but things could change. So, yeah, we'll see. I would obviously love to do it. I think everybody knows that I would love to do it because, in my mind, I did not get to do it this year. I didn't get to at least do the double. So, yeah, I hope that the pieces can fall into place and we can hopefully get things put together and announce something and, get excited about doing the double next year.
And does kind of the good fortune of today give you any more faith that you can have good fortune here in an Indy 500?
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, getting to live through that race this year, like, it's obviously a very tough race, very similar race, but very tough. Just like those Penske cars are stupid fast. Like I don't think Pato did a great job to almost win, but it was going to be virtually impossible, I felt like, for anybody to beat Joseph. But hopefully, next year with the hybrid stuff, there's more opportunity for more teams to be faster. And I will say it's pretty special, and hopefully someday I can get the chance to win the 500 because, I've won on the dirt track at the BC 39, got to kiss the bricks there, and then now today in the 400, I guess there's one more to check off and would be Indy 500, which would be pretty special.